this sound.
Yes, it's quite a broad range of ages as well in our cadet class. You can join in the year of your 8th birthday, so some of these drivers may be at the younger end, 7, almost turning 8. You can go all the way up to the 12 years old in our cadet class. So there's a broad range of ages racing against each other in this class. There you see on screen then Thomas Potter, pole position for the 9-year-old, aboard the number 38 from Bowburn in County Durham. He lines up alongside the 29 of Summer Wood in the Seoul Micromax. Row number 2, Leon Barlow and Tom Holden. Row 3, Jared Fox-Whiteley and Ben Adrian. Row 4, Lewis Goff lines up alongside Melissa Adrian. The top 10 completed by Ben Robinson and Sophie Pawsey, with Ethan Charles and Larry Price on row 6. Row 7, Kyle McLean, who spun in heat number 3. He lines up alongside Oliver Watson in 14th. Isabella Stansmore-Wilson, who's had to recover through all of the races today. She's 15th alongside Daniel Minto. Addison Smith and Amy Peacock, 17th and 18th. Top 20 completed by Sam Hayes. He lines up alongside stablemate Harry Brown on row number 10, with William Howard and Sam Robson on row 11. Row 12, Reese Peniston lines up alongside Joshua Sullivan, Cody Lamb and Holly Allen in 25th and 26th. Mason Dinsdale and Ollie Carter, 27th and 28th. Joseph Yao and Archie Whitaker, before Mason Webster in 31st. So the first half of the grid got themselves into position, just sorting their 1 or 2 drivers out. That's the holding pen just on the outside of hairpin number on the inside of hairpin number 3 as they come round South Bank. Those drivers waiting to be sent forward and into position for this final. Remember, our cadets run straight down and round the national loop at the first time of asking. They'll then have the chicane reinserted for heat number 2. Drivers being sent forward. It's 2 by 2 from the holding pen to make sure that they're in the final few drivers then rolling into position for our cadet race. Then we should be away and racing in the blast down towards the national loop. 10 laps of cadet action, as we mentioned, an extra 2 laps for our cadets. It's a front row of Potter on the inside, Wood on the outside in the Honda on the inside, Micromax on the outside. Row number 2, Leon Barlow, Tom Holden. The green is up, the engine notes rise, we're away and racing. It's a great start from Holden on the outside, but is he going to get booked? They're going to go 3 wide, and Jared Fox-Whiteley's going to come through as well from 5th place down the inside, bounces across the grass on the inside, drops a wheel off the circuit but manages to get back going again. Fox-Whiteley with a great start, and Summer Wood has come through from the outside of the front row, and Thomas Potter from pole position is really struggling. Wood fails to get drive out of hairpin number 1. That's balked Fox-Whiteley, and Thomas Potter's got back. Wood's going to come down the inside. They're 3 wide down the back straight towards the South Bank. See the extra power of the Micromax, and it's pulling Jared Fox-Whiteley along with her as well. Tom Holden's going to get hung out to try round the outside. As he know, he keeps his foot in, and Thomas Potter as well, out of nowhere, has come back. He's been in every place from 1st to 5th, back up into 3rd on the opening lap. Both of the Adrians there, side by side as they come through. Ben and Melissa there, one in the blue helmet, one in the red. They come over the line with Ben Adrian just in front of Melissa. So it's Summer Wood, Holden, Fox-Whiteley, Potter, Barlow, Ben Adrian, Melissa Adrian, Goff, Pawsey and Larry Price, the top 10 as they come through. What a start for our Honda cadet class.
Exciting.
The drivers making some big moves as well on the opening lap. Moving up, Joseph Yao has made up 6 places on the opening lap. He's up into 22nd place, having started down on the final few rows. Summer Wood now moving out at the head of the field. She wasn't able to in heat number 3 as she dropped behind the Hondas and struggled to get through. Now she's managed to get back to the front. Expect that Micro Max to pull away into the distance.
Not so much, Dave, not so much.
Yeah, I think when it comes up to temperature with those tyres, they offer a little bit more grip. The engine has a little bit more straight line speed and they should move away. Jared Fox-Whiteley went to the inside there of Tom Holden.
Ooh.
Holden saw him and just eased off the brake, carried a lot of speed around that corner, and now Fox-Whiteley and Tom Holden will run side by side down the back straight, chased by Thomas Potter. Which driver's Potter going to follow? Can he come through as well on Tom Holden? He can. Holden, though, snaps across the bows of the 38, balks Tom Potter, and through comes Leon Barlow in the number 42, a driver that hasn't won a race here at Teesside but would very much like to get himself on the top step of the podium, make that long trip from Chorley in Lancashire well worthwhile. He's in 3rd place, he's on the podium as it stands, but there's still 7 laps of racing to go.
Whiteley is holding on his lead line and looks absolutely on point. He's confident, and well, let's see what happens. We've still got a few laps.
Yes, the top 4 from the previous races, Fox-Whiteley, Holden, Barlow and Potter are there, but in the background, both Ben and Melissa Adrian are in the mix as Thomas Potter makes a late move down the inside of Leon Barlow there in the red and yellow livery car. He's going to drop down into 4th place, drops behind the Morris Lubricants livery number 38 with the green helmet, Tom Potter. Barlow tried to return the favour back down inside of hairpin 3, but Potter closed the door. 6 remaining, we're not even at half race distance yet, and everybody in the top 4 has had a go at leading this race.
Amazing.
They come through, and we thought Summer Wood was going to pull away in that number 29, but she's not been able to break a gap. And Jared Fox-Whiteley and Tom Holden working together are closing the gap on the faster cart in front of them. She could get dragged into a battle here for the outright victory. Jared Fox-Whiteley gets his head down, then down the back straight, all of them line astern as they go round the South Bank corner. 6 laps remaining, it's 5.5 as at the bottom end of the circuit, so it'll be half race distance as they come over the start-finish line. The top 4 now working together to try and open the gap, to relieve the pressure on them from the 2, the 48 and the 10 behind. Ben Adrian, Melissa Adrian, Lewis Goss there as well. He's under intense pressure from Isabella Stansmore-Wilson for 8th place as they come over. They've both got past Sophie Pawsey on the previous lap, both Stansmore-Wilson and Larry Price, as Pawsey dropped out of the top 10 and down into 11th for the first time today. They're coming through though now, down the back straight. It's still as you were. Fox-Whiteley, Holden, Potter and Barlow. The top 4.
From pretty much all day, they've been at it.
They've been superb, haven't they, those drivers? Nose to tail they are. They've not really shown their hand in this final, have they?
No.
With the exception of Tom Potter making some fantastic moves early on. It's settled down now. I would expect the tempo of this race to change very, very soon. 4 laps remaining. Tom Potter comes through. 47, 3, 2, 6. A new lap record once again smashed by Thomas Potter. 47.326. He's smashed it once already today. He goes again there. They go into the corner. They're slightly wide into hairpin 1. Potter's through on the inside of Tom Holden. He's the driver on the move. The timesheets say so. He's going to try and get down the inside of Holden as these drivers don't continue to battle it out. Look who's got 2 or 3 kart lengths now. It's Fox-Whiteley in the lead with a comfortable 2 or 3 kart lengths. And by comfortable, I mean that.
The extra bit of...
Yeah, very much so, because he's not had that all day, has he? But now he's going to come over the line. Potter comes through over the line as well. Is there anything he can do about Jared Fox-Whiteley? So, fastest lap of the race then in the Hondas from Thomas Potter, 2/10 quicker at the top. The overall lap record for the Micro Max with Summerwood 47.138 leads the way, so she's 2/10 of a second quicker now as this lot continue to battle it out. She's moving away, and Potter goes to the inside there. of Mason Webster. Split the back marker. Jared Fox-Whiteley, though, still has a gap of 4 or 5 kart lengths. He will see the last lap board next time he comes round. He's been given a little bit of respite by Thomas Potter, Tom Holden and Leon Barlow fighting this one out.
Holden is pushing.
Yeah, exactly, but Thomas Potter, who's been arguably the fastest driver, the timesheets say so, with the fastest lap throughout the day, may have to settle for second place here because he's been too busy battling with Tom Holden. But Jared Fox-Whiteley's got enough time to look over his shoulder and see that he's got a comfortable gap of 4 or 5 kart lengths, which is far more than what he's had all day. The last lap board will await them then as they come over the start-finish line this time round. And behind them it's going to be 4 karts for 3 podium places, with Fox-Whiteley, Potter, Barlow and Adrian all coming through. In front of them, Summer Wood continues to lead overall in the micro match. The track in front of them is clear. Doesn't look like we're going to see any back markers in this thing. As Holden goes to the inside of Thomas Potter.
Very good. Oh, double overtake.
Slides down the inside, up into second, then Potter defends to the inside. Will that ball Holden on the way out? Can Barlow snatch the final step on the podium? The battle is now for second place and third, because it's just handing the victory now to Jared Fox-Whiteley, who's driven superbly. Leon Barlow down the inside, carries too much speed right into the back of Thomas Potter. Problems for Potter, it looks like. Barlow's going to come through side by side over the start finish. Who's going to get the final step on the podium? He's kept his foot in. Tom Holden, I think, holds on for final step on the podium from Leon Barlow.
That was so close.
It's Jared Fox-Whiteley with the win. Thomas Potter, Tom Holden, Leon Barlow over the line. It looked that Barlow was going to get there. He threw everything, including his steering wheel and his helmet, at that final lap to get onto the final step of the podium, but couldn't get it done by less than a 10th of a second.
Wow, what a finish for what a race. That was incredible.
Outright victory then goes to the 29 of Summer Wood. Will then run through the top 10 in our Honda class. Jared Fox-Whiteley takes the win from Tom Potter and Tom Holden. Leon Barlow, Ben Adrian, Isabella Stansmore-Wilson, Melissa Adrian, Lewis Goff, Larry Price and Sophie Pawsey round out the top 10 in our Honda Cadet class. All the way to the end there. Unbelievable from our cadet. Thought that Leon Barlow was going to take that one on the line. He got down the inside of Tom Holden into hairpin number 3. Carried so much speed that he made contact with Thomas Potter, who was in second place. I thought he'd caused some damage to Thomas Potter, because it looked like Potter slowed quite heavily on the way then into hairpin 4. Barlow got to the inside. Potter did manage to pick the speed back up again, and he ran side by side with Tom Holden over start finish. Looked like Barlow had track position up and over the curb on the inside of the track, and they crossed the line with absolutely nothing between them, less than a 10th of a second. But that is the difference, and that's the difference between Tom Holden standing on the podium and Leon Barlow, unfortunately not. But I'm sure he'll be back in a month's time for round number 2 to try and redress the situation and get himself onto the Teesside podium.
I'm looking forward to that one, Dave. Hopefully I'll have about 7 days, so I'll rubber more rubber for you guys.